4 tips for your tefillot to be answered. There's a very famous Orach Chaim that writes that Moshe prayed in the most ideal way for his tefillot to be answered, and his approach in tefillah is a lesson for all of us on how we should pray so that our tefillot will be answered as well. The pasuk brings the 4 steps of tefillah. Number 1, it isn't proper to ask from Hashem like you deserve that Hashem should answer you or that He must grant your request. Instead, you should pray with humility, understanding that you don't deserve anything. This is alluded to from the word vaitchanan, which means pleading, as a poor person who humbly pleads for his help. The Pele Yoetz writes that there was once tzadikim praying with lots of kavanah, and it was revealed to them from heaven that although the tefillah were wonderful, they deserved punishment since they didn't have humility. However, there was one person in the group who prayed with a lot of humility, and in his merit, everyone else was also saved. The next condition for tefillah is hinted in the words El Hashem. The Orach Chaim writes, Shebikesh mimekor harachamim, to plead from the source of compassion. Tzadikim say that when one prays, a person has to believe that Hashem can help. He wants to help, and my tefillot can make a difference. The third one, Ba'et Hahi, teaches us to pray when there's an et ratzon, auspicious time for tefillah, because there are times that are more mesugal for tefillah, and we should strive to pray at those times. The Gemara says, when is it the et ratzon? When is the time? It's when the tzibur prays also. Reb Pinchas Koritzer Zatzal says that for an hour each day, the Or HaGanuz, the concealed lights, shines, and whoever prays at that time, his tefillot will be answered. But since we don't know when the Or HaGanuz shines, it is good to pray a few times a day. Maybe you will pray at that time when the concealed light shines, and it is an et ratzon for his tefillot to be answered. Number 4, le'emor, means that when a person prays, one should express himself very clearly. Don't be stingy with your words. Talk to Hashem, tell him your feelings. A traveler was exhausted after walking a long distance. He raised his eyes to heaven and said, Ribono shel olam, send me a donkey. This was not such a clear prayer because he didn't express the reason that he wanted a donkey. He walked on and he met an official. And this official was standing next to the donkey and its offspring that he had. The official couldn't travel with the newborn, so he saw the Jew and he commanded the Jew to carry the baby donkey to the official's home. The Jew walked with the donkey on his shoulder and he was even more exhausted. And he said, this happened to me because I prayed for a donkey, but I didn't express myself very clearly. I didn't say that I wanted a donkey to ride on, which I should have said. My prayers were answered. I received a donkey, but instead of riding on it, I have to carry it. Let's keep those 4 rules in mind from the Orach Chaim HaKadosh. And expressing oneself well is a segula to have our prayers answered.